about it because anybody could do that. The other thing is the Lions Free crowd. The Lions Free crowd has been a prominent part of our community for decades. And again, I have no problem with you deciding that you don't want to be emotionally invested in a team that wasn't rewarding you. Just don't play yourself as superior to others that choose to continue to be emotionally invested. Like you're too important to care about that team. But Kang, you brought up a point today because I think there's a lot of Lions Free people that are getting back on board that are like, okay, I haven't watched a game for years, but I'm going to watch the first playoff game. Now I'm all in and throwing a party for the second playoff game. Then you brought up this today, and I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, it's just like you guys see it all the time. We all see it. There's the bandwagon fan, the guy who, like you said, Doug, was Lions Free, who's back on now. And by the way, if you want to get back on and support this team, I'm all for it. Go for it. Be what kind of fan you want to be. I think the Lions could use the support. They appreciate the support. Be a fan. Go ahead. But if you were SOL, if you were Lions Free, if you were a fan that said, move the team, we don't deserve one here. If you picked another team to root along the way because, you didn't want to root for the Lions anymore. If you just bought Lions swag 2 weeks ago, when the Lions, this journey isn't the same for you as it is for me. And I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm just saying it's different. And what I'm saying is my beer is colder. My steak is more tender. My dessert is sweeter. My meal of this ride of being through the awful times of the 0-16, the Edinger field goals, whatever, the picked up flag in Dallas. I've had Lions gear the entire time. I've never apologized for being a Lions fan. Have I been critical of a team? Absolutely. But I've never wanted to root for another team, never wanted them to leave, anything like that. I've always worn my Lions gear for better or worse. Now it's better, finally, right? This has been so much fun. Doug, you say it all the time. It's like we have a new job. Gator, we've never talked about this before. Not this far that we can. Most of us can remember, right?
Here's the most telling thing, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but an incredibly telling thing is today, Mel Kiper came out with Mock Draft 1.0. It's not on the show sheet.
How many times were we doing mock draft shows this time of year, guys? We're like 2-3 weeks right into it.
Well, this is the 18th year. We're starting our 18th year with the show. So the previous 17 years.
Yep.
So the fact that the Lions are going to the NFC title game, have a chance, they're 60 minutes away from maybe the Super Bowl. It is different for me and for a lot of people like me and you and Gator. It feels so unbelievable, surreal, whatever you want to use. It feels like we've been through so much, man.
It's about the investment. The more invested you are in the team, the sweeter things will taste, the colder the beer, as you say. Yeah, absolutely. There's more into it because you put more into it. People have put 70 years into this.
It
near
affected
70 years.
my days.
We hear from all the time of the people, I was, okay. And we kind of laugh it off, but the truth is, they're diehard fans, man.
It's like vets are telling us how long they've served.
Right.
You know what I mean? What war were you in? Well, I was in the Edinger War. I was in, it's crazy because the things that we've gone through, that's why, man, it means a ton. This is the most joyful you've ever been as a Lions fan.
Your point is something that we never brought up because I don't know that we ever saw it coming to fruition. Because we would get calls about people, some were bragging that they were Lions Free. Other was just saying, guys, I've had enough. I can't do it anymore. But we didn't talk about the potential downside of that. And that is, you're right, it is sweeter. It's absolutely sweeter for people who've toughed this out and gutted it out. And it can't feel the same if you literally turn them off 20 years ago and just turned them back on this postseason. You can try, but I think you're probably right. It's sweeter for those that didn't give up, that have experienced. And that's why I keep saying you had to walk in our shoes. You hadn't walked in our shoes. And I forgot that a good portion of our community didn't walk in our shoes. But it's a valid point. Welcome back. But I bet you're right. I bet your beer feels colder and your meat of choice is more tender.
Meat of choice.
Your kale is just less bitter.
Yeah. Let's get back to your phone calls. We go to Ray. You're on 97.1 to Ticket. Hi, Ray.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing, Ray?
Yeah, so I was hearing you earlier, and sort of the notion about the fair weather fan or the jumping on the bandwagon. I just find that to be sort of the notion that there's unconditional support for a losing team is beyond me. I would ask you or any fan out there, would they go to a play that they knew was horrible? Would they watch a professional boxer?
Hold on. Wait.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
I think you're misinterpreting the way we've said, Ray, over and over again. Fans should absolutely be able to do what they want to do. That's nobody's being critical of people for jumping off the bandwagon.
What I said.
You said
that's not what I said.
What did you say?
No. That's not what you said. You said people jumped on your beer tastes cooler. No, your beer doesn't. You've been a sucker the whole time supporting a losing team for all.
All right, F off. I mean, nobody wants to hear that.
Bless your heart, Doug. You're supposed to say bless your heart.
Sorry.
I
mean, honestly, you you completely have taken this the wrong way. Completely taken it the wrong way. I think it's absolutely true that for fans that have suffered for all these years, that they feel better now. They feel better now. However, you can do whatever you want. And we've said that over and over and over.
So let me see if I can interpret this correctly from the previous caller. So he's saying that everybody who's a diehard Lions fan is a sucker for not buying into it. Don't be a fan until they're good. Then you can be a fan?
Yep.
It must mean so much to you now.
That's
this team is good.
super convenient.
Yeah. That's all right, front runner. Have fun with it.